morning. Good morning. It's quite early, but I want to kind of get an early start today. It's been on my heart to share something for quite a while. I don't want to come from uh, I don't want to come from the direction of trying to prove my point or to say I have all the answers or to argue or none of that. I want to for those who are looking to be encouraged. This is for you. Uh, I think there's too much debating going on out there in Christianity. It's a big turnoff. The people in general. A lot of Christians are kind of sick and tired of it, and so is the world, who are really desperately looking for answers. So my name is Gary, and we're going to get into it. Uh, Today I want to talk about identity. I think identity is so overlooked today. It is so important, especially when it comes to us saints, those who put our faith in Christ Jesus. The only thing that separates us from the world is really our faith. That's it. As far as our efforts and abilities in do-gooding and doing good and avoiding bad, those things really don't count for anything. What counts is our faith in Christ. And as the saints, we have attained a righteousness, not by our own efforts, uh, not by our own do-gooding and rule-keeping. We have attained a righteousness. It's a gift given to us because we put our faith in Christ Jesus, right? So that's it. And anybody that speaks anything else is just wrong. And because listen, Christianity is not about. Uh, I used to be the person who looked at others and said, "Man, I wish I could do good like they do and avoid bad like they did, and just like they do." And I would try my best efforts and abilities to be like them, to be my best, and fail miserably. I failed to understand that Christianity is truly based upon our faith in Christ. Our righteousness makes us who we are. We are new creations, not by our self effort or by our religious rule keeping, none of that nature. Uh, it's not about having the ability, and no one can really say, "Well, I'd like to be a Christian, but I don't think I have it in me to be able to be that good." That's it's not about what you have as your personal resume or what's in your repertoire of do-gooding or your moral strength. It has nothing to do with that. It really depends upon, believing on the grace of God and the goodness of God, looking on Jesus and saying, He is good. He took my sin and He gave me His righteousness. That's what it really boils down to. So before we get going, I just have a few minutes left, a couple minutes. Philippians chapter 3, verse 3 says, "For we are the circumcision who worship God in the Spirit, rejoice in Christ Jesus, and have no confidence in the flesh. Though I also might have confidence in the flesh, if anyone else thinks he may have confidence in the flesh, I more so. Circumcised the 8th day of the stock of Israel, of the tribe of Benjamin, a Hebrew of the Hebrews, concerning the law, a Pharisee, concerning zeal, persecuting the church, concerning the righteousness which is in the law, blameless. But what things were gained to me, those I have counted loss for Christ." Listen, man, we got a lot of, whenever we start, even as saints, we start depending on our flesh, depending on our resume, depending on our worldly standard as confidence, or we build that as our identity. Then we get in a lot of trouble because what happens, we begin to compare and contrast. We begin to look at others saying, "Hey, well, at least, I'm a better person than they are. They're prejudiced or they're racist or they're sexist, but at least I'm not. So that makes me better than them." When we start to do those things, we're building a false identity. Even though I believe racism and sexism, all those things are wrong. But the fact of the matter is, when you start building your identity upon how good you are and how not good they are, well, that's a false identity. Our true identity comes from Christ. For our righteousness is of God and not of ourselves. We are the Lord's planting, oaks of righteousness, as Isaiah 61:3 says. You guys take care. I got to go. Bye-bye.